everything became really hectic for me, but
Yes.
to the point of exhaustion. I was traveling all over the place because, you know, from the family's perspective, I guess I was the person who was like,
You know the best thing that Harry and Meghan ever did? To teach the world that monsters are real again. But not the kind that hide under children's beds, the ones that hunt headlines solely to feed their pride.
Can you help me translate?
Of course, claro que sí.
Thank you for your warm welcome.
Gracias por su cálida bienvenida.
And thank you for your incredible hospitality.
Y mil gracias por su hospitalidad increíble. Me siento igual. Muchísimas gracias a todos y todas y disfruten la noche.
Walmart Wallace and their doormat just got a brutal reality check. Netflix is calling it quits. Posh Spice is stepping up and getting ready to shine. 20 employees from America Riviera Orchard just walked out the door. Prince William laid down the law, and Colombian citizens are pissed that they had to pay to hear nothing but nonsense.
I think part of the role modeling that I certainly try to do as a mother is to encourage our daughter, who at 3, she has found her voice. And we're so proud of that.
At this point, all that's left for the Meghans to do is to manage the final act of the world's greatest mirage. You can always count on Meghan and Harry to do one thing: to be themselves. Forget all the flowery language of scripted speeches and the word salad that Meghan likes to chew on. Harry got caught. Coming up soon, he's going to be releasing the paperback version of Spare. And there are some reports saying that he updated it with royal smears, others saying he didn't. But more than that, it's coming out on October 22nd in the US and on the 24th in the United Kingdom, right at the very same time that King Charles is holding his very first head of government meeting in Samoa. And how do we know that the paperback's publication date isn't just a coincidence for Harry? It's the same way we know when Meghan goes out in public how she's going to act.
I remember in the car and driving up, and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?" And I just thought it was a joke.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
What goes around comes around, because now she who must be obeyed is being roundly ridiculed all over the world by everyone's media for trying to teach a Colombian child exactly how to properly bow to her bunion. The couple are so tone deaf to reality, they don't even understand or realize when the time has come for the bill to be due for all their past bad behavior. Netflix is done with Harry and Meghan. It's long, way overdue, and it's almost here. But it also proves that old saying, be careful what you wish for, you just might actually get it. See, Harry and Meghan wished for it all. Yet at one time they actually had it all, but then they wanted more. Now Netflix is done with the delusional duo's antics.
And Netflix will not renew their contract when it ends next year. $100 million being described by experts there as one of the worst deals in Hollywood history.
Netflix joins Spotify and giving the big boot to the Montecito manipulators, the same way that Lemonade Media delayed Meghan's podcast till the end of 2025, which in Hollywood terms, it's kind of like the diplomatic way of saying, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. That news is alone enough to make anyone in Hollywood wannabe cry, let alone Meghan, who's already been reported to be in tears over the public's reaction to American Riviera Orchard. And that really shouldn't come as a surprise. The Montecito megalomaniacs have spent the last few months trying to recruit a CEO to run their lifestyle brand of bottled jams and bowls of dog biscuits. But without any luck, no one wants the job. And why? When they find out that there's news out there that just now 20 employees of American Riviera Orchard walked out. One of them even told news station that Meghan is just simply unbearable. She talks down to everyone. Now, you know, Harry might be used to that kind of treatment. He might have just gotten comfortable with that sensation in his pants, but nobody else will. Just look at the recent Colombia trip. His string puller sidelined him to sit at the children's table. I tell you, there's one person who won't take Meghan's abuse. It's Prince William. He's had enough of half-wit and the harpy, continuing to insult his beloved wife by refusing to call her by her proper name, how she wants to be known. It's Princess Catherine, and to her closest friends behind closed doors, it's Catherine, not Kate. But the Meghans continue to call her Kate in public, which is probably another good reason that Prince William decided to let it be known that even though Harry's his brother, he will not only not be welcome, he won't be wanted, and one day he might not even be allowed to attend the coronation of future King William. You can pretty much understand the decision, especially after we saw the backlash to the great Colombian cartel cash grab, which triggered an avalanche of embarrassing headlines for the dollar store Duke and his dime a dozen D-lister. We're not talking the type of news that the couple really wanted. We're talking about press headlines that were saying that Colombia spent millions on assembling an army of soldiers and police officers for the couple's security. Also, Harry could pass out a few drums to a few locals and then promise to do some school upgrades for, now get this, a social, emotional gym for the kiddies' minds.
We all have greatness within us. Mental fitness helps us unlock it. It's an ongoing practice, one where you approach your mind as something to flex, not fix.
My guess, Harry passed out a few free flashcards, probably talked about some buzzwords from the company Better Up that he reportedly works for. And oddly enough, the Meghan's trip just somehow happened to coincide with Better Up's announcement that the problem prince is currently working with corporate to create his own life coaching university. It's hard to believe, but if he actually pulls it off, you too can one day be certified just like Harry.
In the wild, one might observe the tamed male lion, often reluctantly, being drawn by the female into situations he'd rather avoid. The female hyena, with undeniable flair, draws all attention to herself. The defeated male lion, with no other option, must feign enjoyment to avoid being torn apart. Awkward situations are inevitable in the company of the female hyena, who shows little interest in caring for her young. The tamed, defeated lion, now at his limit, wishes the hyena had stayed in deal or no deal. The maneless lion can only think, I brought this upon myself. This is my life now.
Like I was sharing in the beginning, the Meghans always give themselves away by their actions or inactions. The couple finished their 4-day romp in Colombia, a country that it is a known fact that over 4.5 million people are on the brink of starvation every single day. Yet the California couple decided, you know what, we're going to send in a video to People magazine showing everybody how we're dancing, drumming, and dining our own delusions. The only thing they didn't do was tell the citizens of the nation, let them have cake. My question is, where was all this desire for Meghan and Harry when they were representing the United Kingdom as senior working royals to go on tour? It didn't exist, because when you look at their history and it actually came to working for the monarchy, the only thing we got from old Harry was grief and hot air.
Everything became really hectic for me, but to the point of exhaustion. I was traveling all over the place because, you know, from the family's perspective, I guess I was the person who was like, we need someone to go there. Nepal. Harry, you go. I was always the yes man. I was always one willing to say yes. But that yes and yes and yes, yes, of course, yes, 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 led to burnout. And it was like someone had taken the lid off all of the emotions that I had suppressed for so many years.
The same also goes for Meghan. Yeah, she might have been all smiles and selfies in Colombia. Yet, years ago, it was much different. The exact opposite, by the way. She did nothing but moan about not being paid to go on royal tours. And you string all those negative actions together, and it's exactly why she finds herself in the position she's in today, with Netflix demoting the D-lister right back into the dustbin and promoting Posh Spice, giving her her own docuseries so her star can shine once again. So you know what that means? That the Montecito merchandisers are going to be quite busy plucking their rescue chicken's feather before they send them flying over the coop. In my opinion, this whole South American safari of self-importance will go down in Meghan and Harry's history as the beginning of the end. Because on one hand, you have a prince who's never going to wear a crown. On the other, you have an actress who will never again have a part. And at the end of it all, sour grapes will never make fine wine. If you enjoyed this video and found value in it, hit subscribe, smash the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments down below where you think Meghan and Harry are going next, and share this video with everyone you know. To win every battle and stay true to yourself, all you have to remember is we never bow down, we never bend the knee, always forward.